Okay. Mark, how about you? Which country? New Zealand, okay. We have people bound to Australia, New Zealand. Mukhang medyo umiiwas tayo sa ano, no? Sa bandang gitna ng globe, no? Which is countries nearby Middle East. Tama ba yan? Or the US? Tama ba? Okay, well, anyways, easier access kasi nowadays, Australia and New Zealand compared to Canada and US countries, right? And safer. Okay, so anyways, today is a combination of speaking enhancement topic or lecture, and then later on, we're going to discuss pronunciation. I rarely plot pronunciation lectures in live sessions. Ngayon lang ulit because new batch na ito. So I think it's gonna be helpful, especially if you feel like pronunciation is your weak area. Hindi ko pa alam kasi hindi ko pa kayo na-interview one-on-one. Like, I think once, right? Twice? Yeah, but that's something that I have already forgotten. Pero medyo may mga naalala pa akong bits and pieces of our interaction. Pero si Charles, si Mark, of course, si Sunshine never pa. But if you want to know our schedule, our lectures are on Wednesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, live lectures. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, computer mock test. You have access to the computer lab or the testing center. And then you can do your mock test there, but you can also do that in the convenience of your home if you have a cozy and conducive place to do the mock test, yung tahimik, hindi ka guguluhin ng sino mang anak or pamangkin mo, ganun, di ba? So, you can do it kung ayaw mo na pumunta dito kasi I understand, commuting, it's hassle, lalo na kung malayo yung bahay nyo. Or if you have your own vehicle, ang aksaya din sa gasoline, ang taas price hike. Well, we heard that there's going to be rollback, but the thing is, it's not 100% reliable source, right? Alam naman natin ang Philippines, sasamantalahin talaga yung crisis, ano? Anyways, yes, come in. Okay, you can grab some seats and bring them here. Mas okay if dito na lang kayo sa side na to. Medyo mangangawit nga lang yung leeg niyo pag nandiyan kayo sa harapan. Pero dito na lang kayo tumingin if ever. O, sa mga nalalabuan pa, isa na lang yung upuan sa harapan. Grab it or leave it. Charis. Okay, kasi guys, medyo maliit yung font ng presentation ko today for aesthetic purposes. Okay, so welcome. We have Beth and Belle. Ang problema lang, hindi ko na alam kung sino si Beth tsaka sino si Belle. Kasi magkatunog yung name nila, tapos sabay sila pumapasok. Pero I think it's... I was gonna say that actually, Beth and Belle, right? So last week, I think the lecture was about common mistakes in speaking, and then we also had a grammar lecture. Today we're gonna have a combination of speaking enhancement, how to improve your answers in the interview and how to improve your speech delivery, okay? And later on, it's gonna be pronunciation, and everything that you need to improve in order for you to deliver your answers in a more confident manner. Okay? Ayan na. Ulysses Santiago, why are you joining the... Teka lang. Ito ba yung dati kang student? Ulysses, is this you? Nakapag-exam na yata to si Ulysses eh. Wow, nakikisitin. Actually, say hi, Ulysses. Napaka-active nitong student na to. Nakapag-exam na siya, nakuha na niya yung target band score niya, but I don't know what you're doing here. Uy, na-miss ko ang mga sessions mo. Okay, you're always welcome naman, especially kung hindi ka busy, Ulysses. Pero update mo naman ako kung nasan ka na. Baka mamaya alam ko, bound to Australia yata to si Ulysses eh. Pero baka nandun ka na ha. Baka nasa Australia ka na, Ulysses. Alright, so medyo bago tong presentation na to. You've never seen it. Ngayon ko lang kasi din gagamitin tong slideshow na pinagpuyatan ko. Maging proud naman kayo sa pinagpuyatan ko yan, guys. Hindi halata, di ba? Ganun talaga. Kailangan, kahit stressed and pagod, hindi halata. Okay. Ito na naman siya ng Google. OMG, aalis na siya. Sama mo naman kami. Just kidding. Okay. So, as you can see, the headline is Speak with Purpose. And we have a subtitle. Every word has direction. Okay, so your answers in the IELTS interview are highly important. Lahat ng sasabihin nyo, important. Pero hindi lahat ng sasabihin nyo, efficient answers. Okay? That's why you need to be attending our speaking lectures so that you would know what answers are better or more effective for the examiner's purpose. Okay? Kasi gusto natin, we need to do our best to please the examiner. Okay? Everyone feels intimidated when it comes to interviews or to speaking with someone who you just met. Tama ba? All the more when that person is going to assess your speaking skills. Because this is what the speaking component of IELTS is all about. To assess your speaking skills. Okay? In short, i-judge ka. Okay? Nang malala. In 4 different criterias. Fluency and coherence, lexical resource, also known as vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. So today we will focus on pronunciation. Okay? It's been a long time since I haven't delivered this lecture, pero it's about time since this is a whole new batch of students. Pagpasok nga ni Laika, sabi niya, ha? Nasa ibang dimension na yata ako. Yeah, good morning everyone sa Zoom. Madami ding participants today sa classroom, so we're kind of hyped up here. Every word has direction. So it depends on the words you use in the interview kung paano mo matitimpla yung pinaka-atmosphere. Because, you know, it's a live interview. It's a live session. So, meaning, live mo rin makikita yung facial expressions ni examiner, live mo rin makikita kung nakafocus ba siya. Pero may instances na hindi siya magfo-focus sa'yo kasi may sinusulat siya or may fill outan siya. Okay? Most of the time, they try to make it not obvious, but a lot of examiners tend to do it on purpose. Like, kunwari, hindi talaga sila masyadong focus sa'yo, but the thing is, you're being evaluated the whole time. All right? And of course, pronunciation is 25% of your score. That's why it's really important. Sino dito nafe-feel nila na parang medyo weak ako sa area na yon? Na parang hindi ka confident na napopronounce mo ng maayos or maganda pakinggan yung mga sinasabi mo in English. It's okay. You can raise your hand. Wow, parang lahat ah. Uy, si Charles parang, ay mamaya ka talaga, Charles. Parang papasample natin si Charles. I'm just kidding. So anyways, I will be sharing 7 points. These 7 points are quite similar, but let's read them one by one. Okay. Sana nababasa nyo. Okay. So for those na hindi mabasa, I'll just read it out for you. A clear purpose guides every aspect of your answer, influencing tone, structure, pacing, and ensuring your message communicates effectively and professionally to the examiner. Okay, I want you to focus on the word delivered professionally. Okay, I know that IELTS is not a job interview. Okay, but you still need to make sure that you sound professional. Hindi yung parang nakipagkwentuhan ka lang sa nakilala mo sa bakery. It's a casual conversation, but at the same time, you have to use words or lexical resource that are aligned to the academe, okay? So we have here tone, structure, and pacing. All those factors are so important in making sure that the purpose of what you're saying will be delivered properly. Okay? So number one, tone. Tone is, formal ba yung ginagamit kong words or structure ng sentences, or informal? Okay? So it shouldn't be too formal na nagsasound siya like written English, but it shouldn't be too casual as if you're talking to someone you're really close to. So it should be somewhere in the middle. Okay? Siguro ganito. Imagine niyo, siguro may mga kamag-anak kayo abroad. Am I right? May mga kamag-anak kayo abroad. Usually kasi sa mga students dito, the reason why you're also going abroad is because a lot of your relatives are already there and kind of helping you, right? So, for sure, meron silang mga friends na foreigners or yung iba sa kanila nakapangasawa ng foreigners, okay? And sometimes they come to the Philippines, visit you guys. So, ganong level ng communication yung kailangan yung gawin. It's like, you meet the person for the first time and you try to share about your life. But make sure na meron pa ding tinatawag na purpose why you are talking to that person, okay? So, identify what is your purpose in the IELTS speaking test. Your purpose is to be able to score a high score in all the 4 criterias. And of course, every purpose changes depending on the question. Halimbawa, yung tanong sa inyo is, are you currently working or studying? Focus lang muna kayo doon. Huwag muna kayo mag-overthink ng iba pang topic. So, kasi minsan, when you're overthinking about the question, sometimes you give wrong answers or nag-off topic na kayo. Okay? So, it's much better if you just focus on the purpose of each question at a time. Alright? Sometimes, sa sobrang kaba ng ibang students, when I ask them, what is your full name or tell me your complete name, ang nabibigay na sagot ay excessive. Hi, my name is Shanna Estino. I'm 32 years old. I'm from Gapan City, Nueva Ecija. Saang part ng question, tinanong ko yung age mo or tinanong ko yung residence mo? Wala, di ba? So it's very important for you to listen carefully and know the purpose of your answer. Okay? So yes, the structure of your sentence is also very important. For example, you're asking the examiner to repeat the question kasi hindi mo masyadong naintindihan or hindi mo masyadong narinig. Say it again. Medyo, ano dating sa inyo nung tono na yon or yung structure ng sentence na yon? Kakausapin mo si examiner, papaulit mo yung hindi mo narinig, sasabihin mo, say it again. Again? Again? Pardon? Diba? It doesn't sound like you're on the professional level. But if you complete your sentence and say, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you that well. Could you please repeat the question? Nag-iba ba yung tone? Definitely. Kasi the second example, it shows na meron kang courteousness or politeness sa answers mo, sa way mo magsalita. And that's really important in IELTS. Okay? Okay. So, point number 2, define the point, know why you speak. Effective answers begin with a clear point, giving your message direction, focus, and meaning that resonate with the examiner and strengthen its impact. One reason kung bakit nalilito ka sa isasagot mo is because your brain is bombarded with so many ideas. So, paano ko ba, ma'am, yun i-filter out? Okay? Hindi yung filter sa cellphone camera ang sinasabi ko. Ang sinasabi ko, marami kang naisip na tanong, na sagot. For example, the question is, what are your favorite hobbies? Naku, hobbies, plural yon, madami to. So hanggang ilan ba ang pwede kong isagot? Or dalawa lang ba? Isa lang ba? Definitely not isa. Kasi ang tanong is, what are your favorite hobbies? So, pag sinabing plural, it should be 2 or more. Ngayon, for me, the safest is 2 to 3. Kasi hindi ka na masyadong off topic or sobra sa sinasabi kapag nilimit mo sa 2 to 3 hobbies. Okay? Ngayon, ma'am, mas marami pa ako sa 3 hobbies. Actually, I have 10. Medyo problemado tayo sa part na yon. 10 yung hobbies mo. Paano ba yan? Meron naman isa dito. Isa lang yung hobby. Sabi ni, hobbies. Sabi ni examiner, hobbies. Okay. Ngayon, mag-iimbento pa ako ng isa pa, di ba? So anyways, ngayon, marami kang hobbies. Let's say 10 yung hobbies mo. Playing badminton, playing golf. Uy, ang yaman, golf. Yachting? Yachting talaga. Okay. So how about traveling? Visiting different cafes? Um, Watching movies? Those are all hobbies. Anything that you do on your free time for leisure, that's a hobby. Okay? Painting, cosmetics, makeup, cosmetics. What else? Shopping can be a hobby. All right? So, sana all hobby yung shopping. Natatawa sila dito. Well, pwede naman. Realistically speaking, for a lot of people who can afford it, hobby nila ang shopping. Diba? Especially influencers. Diba? May pa, okay, let's watch my shopping haul. As if we care, right? Just kidding. Anyways, sometimes we do care kasi minsan gusto din natin makita kung ano yung mga in, di ba? Sa fashion world. So anyways, ang dami mong hobbies. Ngayon, alin ba doon ang dapat ko lang banggitin? Kasi you have to know your points and you have to know how to expound them effectively, right? Of course, pipiliin mo yung mga kaya mong i-explain. Yung words, vocabularies na kaya mong i-express at that specific point. Okay, sabihin na natin na isa sa hobbies ko, golf. Hindi ko masyadong ma-expound yung sagot na yun. Why? Why do you think hindi ko ma-expound yung sagot ko if golf ang isasagot kong hobby ko? Hindi ko alam kung ano tawag dun sa pang ano. Ang tawag dun? Golf club? I think golf club tawag dun. O, hindi ako sure, di ba? Hindi ko alam ano tawag sa field. Guys, alam nyo ba? Di ba? Halatang hindi mayaman si ma'am. Okay, I haven't really played professional golf, pero nakapunta naman ako sa parang, parang, ang tawag dun? See? Ano tawag dun? Sa isip mo. Or baka nga masabi mo pa yun during the interview. So, alam ko na sa sarili ko, hindi ko kayang panindigan yung sagot ko pag golf ang sinabi ko. Pero pag shopping ang binanggit ko na hobby ko, I can naturally express my ideas and my thoughts about shopping because I am well versed in terminologies that are related to shopping, right? I love shopping at the mall. Sometimes when it's too hot in the Philippines, I just do online shopping, which is so convenient. All the items that you order can be delivered at your doorstep because nowadays it's easier, it's more accessible, and you can pay. You can pay via online banking or other payment methods, diba? Ang dami kong pwedeng sabihin about shopping. So, ganun mo i-filter out yung ideas mo kapag sobrang dami. Because you have to know what your points are and you have to be able to explain them clearly. So, very helpful to sa part 3 ng speaking. Yung iba sa inyo, bago pa lang dito, baka hindi pa kayo nakapag speaking enhancement or IELTS speaking parts 1, 2, 3 lecture. If hindi pa, subscribe kayo sa YouTube channel ko. Pinopost ko naman din yun sa mga group chats natin at sa Wong Chong. Subscribe kayo doon. Marami ako doon speaking enhancement replay videos. You can just pick one of them or you can access the materials that I'm linking. So sinesend ko rin naman yung mga handouts kung gusto niyo mag-self-study kayo about speaking, okay? Doon itatackle lahat ng details from part 1 to 3 ng interview, okay? So ito kasi medyo general overview to at saka mga key ideas on how to improve your interview answers. Okay? Lalo na sa mga hindi pa nag-undergo ng one-on-one coaching. Sino dito nakapag-undergo na? Like ka pa lang. Okay, so tomorrow is your chance. Because tomorrow it's either me or Sir Kevin, hindi pa namin alam kasi hindi pa kami nag-uusap. Pero most likely, siya. But kung ayaw mo na bumalik dito tomorrow for the mock test, kasi kaya mo naman gawin sa bahay, naiinitan ka bumiyahe or nagtitipid sa gasolina, I understand. Ako rin naman ayaw pumapasok dito kung di lang talaga kailangan eh. Mas gusto ko minsan nagzo-zoom lang ako kasi napaka-convenient. Nandun lang ako sa bahay, iced coffee and stuff like that. So anyways, magpa-coaching kayo sa akin today after the lecture. So I'm opening 3 slots. Agawan na lang. Agawan, hindi naman. I mean, usap-usap kayo later kung sino gusto kumuha ng 3 slots. If you are not interested, then it's okay. You can have it tomorrow with Sir Kevin. Okay? So, ano bang nangyayari, ma'am, doon sa one-on-one speaking coaching? So, Laika, ano ba ginagawa ko sa'yo pag nag-interview tayo, mock interview? Sige nga, share mo sa kanila yung experience.
Sa part na po, tell about yourself. Tapos may mga questions na
Social issues. Yan. And then, actually, interview siya. Para ma-experience nyo kung paano kayo i-interviewin sa mismong exam date. It's very close to the experience. Ang pinagkaiba lang, face-to-face tayo at kami yung examiner nyo, pretend examiners, okay? But the flow, the questions are really similar to the real thing. Kaya naman, we are encouraging everyone to undergo one-on-one coaching at least once a week. Actually, once a week pala. So, at least 10 sessions before you take your exam. If hindi kaya ng 10, okay lang naman. But wag naman less than 3, okay? All right, now let's move on to the second point. Align message and tone. Consistency builds trust. You have to ensure that your tone and message align in interview answers and the entire conversation, which reinforces credibility, strengthens engagement, and helps examiner understand your purpose clearly and confidently. So why is consistency so important? Sometimes you will be asked opinion-based questions. Do you agree on this matter or do you disagree? Now, your consistency will be tested if you are asked those kinds of questions. You have to make sure na alam mo kung ano talaga yung pinapanigan mo. If you agree on it, consistently say that you agree, add supporting details, add a clear reason why you agree. And you can also add examples. For example, isa sa mga tanong is, do you think that an educator is highly influential to their students? Okay, agree or disagree. Do you think? Yes or no yun. Yes or no, agree, disagree is the same thing, okay? So, you're gonna state clearly what your point is, and your point is you agree, right? So you can start with saying, I definitely agree that educators are highly influential to their students. Ngayon, why? Sasagutin mo yung question of why. Educators are like second parents to students. They are being looked up to by their students, not only with their teaching style, but with their behavior and even the way they look and dress. If they dress professionally or not. Okay? Ngayon, magbigay ka pa ng example para ma-sure mo na very expounded well yung sagot mo. I remember back in college, I met my professor. Her name was Lynn. The moment that she stepped into the classroom on the first day of the semester, I looked at her from head to toe because I couldn't help but notice how gorgeous she is. She had fair skin, really beautiful makeup on, simple but beautiful, and she wore elegant clothes every single time she attended our sessions. That's why, up to this day, I am influenced by how she spoke, how she taught us, and definitely her whole demeanor, the way she dresses, her fashion style, and her makeup. So I do believe that educators can highly influence students' behavior and demeanor. Parang same lang pala yun, sorry. Behavior and study habits. O, di ba? Very malaman yung sagot ko. Una, I clearly stated what my answer is. I agree. Pinanindigan ko siya, binigyan ko siya ng reason. Sinagot ko yung tanong na why? Why do I agree? Nagbigay ako ng example at sa dulo, ni-reiterate ko yung point ko which summarizes the whole thing that I said. So, mahirap ba ang interview? Yes pa din! Yes pa din! Oo naman, mahirap lang ang interview kung hindi ka nagpa-practice. As cliche as it may sound, practice will help you improve. It will not lead you to perfection because nobody's perfect, guys. But kung intimidated ka sa speaking and sa interview especially, then the only thing left to do is for you to undergo more coaching, more speaking lectures related to speaking, like this one today. Okay? And ang dami nyo ng resources nowadays. We're living in digital era. So, it's 2026. Kung hindi ka pa rin marunong mag-navigate ng online sources, code-code na lang, keywords na lang ang itatype mo. AI na lahat. Right? By this time, kailangan marunong na kayong gumamit ng AI efficiently. Wala namang masamang gumamit ng AI. Huwag lang sa writing nyo, guys, ah. Kasi kung magsasubmit lang din kayo ng writing na gawa ng AI, talaga namang gagalitin nyo si Sir Kevin, ano? Baka punitin nyo yun sa harapan. Kidding. Pero, actually, isa yun sa mga triggers ni Sir Kevin kapag nakakapag-submit yung student ng gawang AI na written output. Because guys, kaya kayo nagsasubmit ng written output is for us to assess anong level nyo na sa writing. Ano pa ba yung pwede nating i-improve? Because on the actual exam, guys, wala kayong assistance ng AI apps. There's no internet connection. Naka-live lang yung exam. Wherein, mag-e-encode ka lang ng mga sagot mo. Hindi ka pwedeng magdala ng phone, lahat ng gamit mo. Ikaw, naka-glasses ka, sunshine, so pwede yan. Glasses only. Aside from glasses, wala na. You have to put all your things in the locker, and all you have to do is bring yourself into the testing room. So, paano namin kayo matutulungan or matitrain kung ang isasabit nyo sa amin ay yung hindi nyo naman gawa? Okay? Tsaka huwag kayong mahiyang magkamali. Talagang magkakamali pa kayo sa umpisa. But that's the whole point. That's the whole point why you're here. Ano man, para magkamali? Hindi. Para magpa-assess at mag-improve. Because I really believe that the reason why you're here is because initially you have a coaching attitude. Because if you don't have a coaching attitude, how will you eliminate your weaknesses and turn them into strength? Okay, be consistent with your answers. Natatawa ako nung minsan may nagpa-interview sa sobrang kaba niya, litong-lito na siya sa pangalan pa lang niya. Sabi ko, hey, okay, so yan, interview na. Can you please tell me your complete name? Yun yung usual line ko sa umpisa. Kasi tinatanong ni examiner yung complete name mo to verify your identification. Right? Kasi baka mamaya masyadong filtered pala yung picture mo sa passport. Charis. Hindi naman nag-filter yung picture sa passport. No, I hate my passport photo. Anyway. So, who doesn't, di ba? Siguro si Heart Evangelista, si Chief Filomeno, mga ang gaganda pa rin sa passport no? Ano kayang pinaglihan ng mother nila? Charis. So, anyways, guys, um, tinanong ko siya, what's your name? Ang haba ng name niya kasi alam mo naman mga Filipino, mahilig magpahirap sa mga anak. 3 pangalan, 2 pangalan. Swerte mo kapag isa lang talaga yung pangalan mo. Ano yung full name mo, Mark? Oh, di ba? Ito na nga, si Mark Jasper. Ito, si Mark. Mark lang. Ha? I-deny pa niya na may pangalawa siya. Bakit naman ganon? Okay, transparency. Kayo ba? Dalawa yung names niyo? Kayo? Dalawa yun, sun tsaka shine. Pinagsama lang. I'm just kidding. So, Charles, ilan yung names mo? Francisco is your middle initial. But it also sounds like a name, right? Charles, Vincent, Francisco. Lahat ng names niya, pati yung surnames niya, it sounds like a name, right? So anyways, one of the students said his name was Mark Anthony Angelo. That's my surname pa. Mark Anthony Angelo, sabi niya. So sabi ng examiner, sabi ko, oh, how do you want me to call you? How can I call you? Sabi niya, you can call me Mark. Oh no, just call me Angelo. Gumanon siya. Sabi ko, grabe, pangalan pa lang, nalilito na siya. Very undecisive, no? So, akala ko mga babae lang yung indecisive eh. Sorry, indecisive eh. Pati mga lalaki din pala. Ganun talaga pag tatlo-tatlo yung binibigay na pangalan. So, tinatanong kasi ni examiner, paano kanya i-address is because, yun nga, maraming mga pangalan ng mga Filipino. Mark, Anthony, or Angelo? Alin doon? At saka kung saan ka mas comfortable, gusto niya malaman, right? And may mga names kasi ang mga Filipino like Rogeline. Akala nyo ba alam ng mga foreigners yung mga ganyang names? Litong-lito sila dyan. Alam na alam ko yan kasi my childhood, hindi ako dito sa Philippines nagstay. So, dumating ako dito, I was 12 years old. Nagulat ako sa mga names ng mga, kasi yung name ko, American name, Shannon. Okay, so, ewan ko sa trip ng nanay ko, bakit yun yung napili niya. Pero, yung mga Filipino friends ko dito, na na-meet ko, pangalan nila, Jocelyn. Sabi nila, kasi pinag-combine yung pangalan ng tatay ko tsaka nanay ko. So, yan. Nawiwirdohan ako sa mga names. Okay? So, sure, alam ko yung POV ng mga foreigners na nalilito sila sa mga names ng mga Filipino. So, kailangan hindi ka na nawawala sa consistency mo dun pa lang sa unang tanong. Okay? Ang dami namang explanation, ma'am. Okay, let's move on to the next point. Avoid aimless talking. Ano ba yung aimless talking? Ibig sabihin yan, you're talking nonsense. That's it. That's basically it. You have high tendency to talk nonsense during the interview. Believe it or not. Kasi halo-halo na yan. Kaba mo? Overthinking mo? Nagkakaroon ka ng loss of words. Yung alam mo naman, believe ka naman sa sarili mo, pero pagdating sa interview, medyo mababawasan yung confidence mo kasi parang walang lumalabas na words na gusto mong sabihin. Biglang hindi mo matranslate yung gusto mo na Tagalog word into English. Yung sinabi ni ma'am, huwag kang magbanggit ng sinigang na favorite food mo, pero binanggit mo pa rin. Di ba? Ngayon, nahihirapan ka mag-explain, my favorite food is sinigang. Translate nyo nga yung sinigang sa Tagalog, sa English, oh. Di ba? Ay, naalala nila. Okay, pork stew in tamarind broth. Pero syempre, hindi lang dun natatapos kasi ang daming sangkap ng sinigang, di ba? Syempre, babanggitin mo yung iba't ibang sangkap, yung mga veggies doon, taro. Oh, may mga question mark sa mga mukha nyo. Ano ma'am yung taro? Gabi. O mga mahilig mag-milk tea dito. Di ba? Flavor yun sa milk tea, taro. Doon ko lang nalaman, sabi ko pa sa husband ko, uy, ang sarap naman ng taro milk tea. Tapos sinerch ko, ano kaya yung taro? Gabi pala yun. Very healthy. So, meron ka na ngayon pang justify sa mga cravings mong matatamis, no? Taro milk tea yung in-order ko, healthy to, veggie. I don't know, it's not because they have really a lot of artificial sweeteners and the level of sugar talaga naman. Okay. So, it says here that each idea in your answer should support the overall purpose, maintain cohesiveness and relevance, minimize distractions, and ensure professional, intentional, and effective communication. I want you to focus on the words cohesive and relevant. Okay? Yung sagot mo ba may cohesiveness? Pag sinabi natin cohesiveness, unity of thought. United ba yung mga ideas mo? Or marami kang paligoy-ligoy sa mga sagot mo? Kasi the reason why maraming paligoy-ligoy at walang unity yung thoughts mo is because you don't know how to answer the question, or maybe you have not understood the question fully. Okay? So, what do we do in that kind of situation? Number one, kailangan pagpasok mo doon sa interview room, may presence of mind ka. Kasi kahit anong gawin mo sa on-the-spot na interview, kung hindi ka nakapag-prepare at hindi mo binigyan ng attention yung coaching, hindi mako-condition yung isip mo na maging familiar sa setup ng interview at sa flow ng interview. So, yun yung number one talaga. You have to anticipate what to answer. Kasi kung alam mo na yung mga posibleng lumabas na tanong, kahit pa paano handa ka na sa kung ano yung sasagot mo, hindi ka na magkakaroon ng aimless talking or nonsense speech. Right? Pangalawa, may waiting area kasi sa labas ng speaking room. Nakaupo ka doon kapag ikaw na yung next na isasalang sa lie detector. Hindi pala lie detector. Sa interview. So, habang nakaupo ka doon at inaantay mo yung turn mo, calm your nerves. Okay? Breathe in and out. Inhale, exhale. Deep breaths. Ako, ang ginagawa ko to calm myself, minsan kasi may time na nagpapalpitate talaga ako eh. So, pero last year pa yon, hindi na ulit nangyari. Thank God. Okay? So, nagpalpitate ako. So, sabi ko, nag-search ako, what can I do to minimize my palpitations or to, how do you call it? Ano bang tamang word doon? Hindi ako medically inclined person eh. Maybe how to lessen or mabawasan yung palpitation. So, hold your breath for 4 seconds and then exhale. Inhale and then exhale. And another way for me to calm my nerves is give myself words of affirmation. Positive words in your thoughts will manifest in your words and will manifest in your action because everything starts with the way we think. Okay? So kung magulo yung isip mo, mapapansin mo, may tendency kang maging jittery, agitated, hindi ka makapag-eye contact. 'Di ba? Kapag magulo yung isip mo. Pero pag relax ka, kalmado yung isip mo, you're thinking of positive words, you can turn your fear and nervousness into positive feelings. That's how powerful your mind is. Okay? Kaya minsan alam niyo yon, meron kang exercise routine or workout routine. But there are days na para bang tinatamad ka talaga. Like, the bed is pulling you back. Parang mas masarap mag-doom scroll or magbabad sa Netflix. But your brain is telling you, I need this workout. I need to move my body, diba? So your brain is fighting your other thoughts. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. It really depends on how disciplined you are. Pero yon, you can control your body, your mind, okay? So, kaya nyo din yun pag malapit na yung interview. Kasi wag kang papasok doon ng kinakabahan ka masyado because it will manifest sa boses mo, nanginginig-nginig. Actually, yung mga examiner, mas nagtathrive pa sila pag alam nilang kabang-kaba ka. Parang, ano sa kanila yun eh. Natutuwa sila sa mga ganong eksena. So, wag kang wag kang ma-intimidate sa kanila. Just relax. Yun yung pinakamagandang pwede mong gawin. Kasi pag relax yung isip mo, may intindihan mo yung mga tanong, hindi magli-lead sa aimless talking. That's why weeks or a week before the examination day, let's say this Saturday na yung exam mo, dapat relax ka na eh. Hindi ka na umaattend ng mga klase. Kasi dapat nag-prepare ka na months before. At saka dapat iwasan mo muna yung mga extraneous activities. Baka mamaya, a few days before the exam, Napilayan ka pa, di ba? Hindi ka naka-attend. Sayang naman yung 14K. Pwede mo naman i-reschedule, pero hassle, di ba? So, anyways, you also have to make sure na yung voice condition mo, audibility, kailangan naririnig ka ng maayos because there were a few examinees na kaya hindi nila nakuha yung target band score nila is because paos. Hindi niya naman kasalanan because he got a cold. Pero yung iba kasi, pumaparty muna, nakikipag-inuman, video kay ganyan. Parang pre-exam celebration. Actually, totoo yun. May nag-chat sa akin na isang student. Ma'am, meron na akong pre-celebration na ma-manifest ko na makakapasa ako sa IELTS. Sabi ko, hindi yan yung in-advise namin sa inyo eh. Sabi namin, ma'am, after na lang ng exam, saka mag-celebrate. Kasi pinapreserve natin yung voice. And your voice quality, the audibility of your speech is so important. And we will talk more about that on our second half of this lecture. Okay? So, relevant pa ba yung mga sagot mo sa tanong or tinanong kita, do you like traveling? Do you enjoy traveling? Yes, I love traveling. I traveled with my family and we had a picnic. In our picnic, we ate so many delicious foods. My mom cooked adobo, and then my dad bought some pizza and we had some fresh lemon juice. About pa ba sa traveling yung sinasabi ko or nag-focus na lang ako sa picnic? Pwede kasing ganun eh. Hindi na relevant. Kasi ang gusto ng examiner, kung ano yung tinanong niya sa'yo, talk more about your travel experiences. So, okay lang naman ikwento mo yung picnic, pero wag ka masyadong dun mag-focus. Mag-focus ka pa sa iba pang bagay na ginawa mo sa travel, which is sightseeing. You saw these kinds of um, monuments or historical architectures, mga ganon. Doon ka mag-focus sa iba pang bagay, hindi lang sa iisang bagay na hindi na pala relevant sa tanong, okay? Be intentional with emphasis. Highlight what truly matters. How do you do this? Be strategical in highlighting key points. You capture attention, strengthen your main message, and deliver professional communication that resonates with the examiner effectively. Okay, focus tayo dun sa word na resonate. Nakaka-relate pa ba yung examiner sa sinasabi mo or hindi na? Isa sa mga reasons kung ba't hindi namin ine-encourage na mag-mention ka ng local food artists na hindi naman alam ni examiner yung pinagsasabi mo is because kailangan nasa same page kayo ni examiner. Halimbawa, yung natapat sa yung tanong is, what's your favorite music genre? I'm into K-pop. Kilala ang BTS, kilala ang Blackpink. Kung kaya mo explain ng mabuti, go. Pero what if favorite mo din naman si Celine Dion ng konti? Di ba mas nakaka-resonate, mas nakaka-relate sa examiner kapag international artist ang minention mo kaysa mag-mention ka ng Kamikaze, ng parokya ni Edgar. Ikaw rin naman mahihirapan kang i-explain. Di ba? Kasi i-introduce mo sila eh. Anong point ng sasabihin mo, my favorite band is parokya ni Edgar? Hindi nga, walang nagre-ring na bell sa isip ni examiner, sino si parokya ni Edgar? What should I know about that band, right? So kailangan make sure na nina-emphasize mo yung mga answers na kayang maka-resonate kay examiner. Especially pagdating sa places in the Philippines. Okay? Let's say, tinanong ka, where do you usually travel with your family? Okay, so normal naman na sumagot na mga local areas sa Philippines. Domestic places, right? Like beaches. Boracay. Yan, medyo sikat pa yan. Boracay. What if ang minention mo ay Bolinao? Okay? Yung isang student para lang talaga makalusot, sabi pa, I love going to Bolinao. We went surfing there. Napaisip talaga ako, wow, may surfing na pala sa Bolinao. Di ba Baler yun? So anyways, nakalusot naman siya doon kasi nga yung examiner, di naman niya alam yung Bolinao. Pero ang point ko dito, if you're going to mention local places in the Philippines, make sure na dinidescribe mo siya. Okay? Kasi anong sense ng sasabihin mo, I went to Masbate Islands. Di ba? Tayong mga Filipino, alam natin kung gaano kaganda sa Masbate. But for a foreigner, they have no idea. That's why you have to paint a picture in their mind. Masbate Islands is located in, it's an isolated island in the middle of the Philippines. Guys, recently ko lang nalaman na yung Masbate pala, mas malapit pa sa Visayas kaysa sa Luzon. And napuntahan ko siya once. Kaya pala inabot kami ng 15 hours na land travel. Land travel lang kasi yun eh. Do you guys know Masbate? It's actually a hidden gem. Kasi yung mga commercialized areas kasi Boracay, Siargao, Palawan, Bohol, and stuff like that. 'Di ba? Pero ang ganda pala ng Masbate. Yung yung ano nila, yung sand, very powder-like. It's like Boracay actually. And ang daming areas doon na maganda. So anyways, let's go back. Yun na nga. If you're going to say that one of my favorite travel places, destinations in the Philippines is Masbate Island. Ngayon, describe mo siya. It's quite different from the highly popular islands such as Boracay and Palawan in the Philippines, which are mostly visited by foreigners. But Masbate Island has its own serene and uncommercialized vibe. No hotels have been built in their islands. In fact, all tourists that visit their islands just bring their camping tents because no infrastructures or buildings were or are planned to be built in that island. They want to reserve its natural beauty. O diba? Nagde-describe ako in a way na nai-imagine nyo. Tama ba? Nakapunta na ba kayo sa Masbate? Or nakita nyo na ba ang Masbate sa photos? Diba? And one of its main features is its crystal blue water. It's one of the cleanest waters in the Philippines. Diba? Ganon. So it has to resonate with the person you're talking to. Stay focused under pressure. One way to stay focused under pressure is maintain eye contact. Madali tayong mawala sa focus at halatang wala ka sa focus kapag yung mata mo nakatingin sa kisame o kaya sa sahig. Meron namang ibang mga examinees sa gilid tumitingin, andito yung examiner, dito siya nakatingin or minsan yung ballpen, kinakalikot na ganon, okay? So, it's really obvious that if you do those things, wala ka sa focus. So, make sure that you know how to move and how to answer when you're under pressure. Okay? And we're going back to the basic. Undergo coaching every week. Make sure that you attend 10 coaching sessions before you book your exam or before you take your exam. Baka kasi na-book mo na pero hindi mo pa planong i-take. And where you started, a strong closing connects back to your opening. Okay, so isa sa mga best organizational techniques, especially sa part 2 and 3 ng speaking test, is after mo masagutan lahat yung main question, kasi sa speaking part 2, meron tayong main question at meron mga bullet questions. You have to be able to make it sound like a story in 2 minutes. Kasi bibigyan ka ng 2 minutes para sagutin yon ng free-flowing. Hindi ka nababatuhan ng tanong sa part 2. Bibigay sa'yo yung mga tanong, may 1 minute ka to prepare, you can take down notes. After 1 minute, kailangan mo nang i-deliver yung 2-minute speech mo. So make sure you have an intro, you answer the main points, and then you summarize the whole thing. If may time pa, sana na-manage mo nang maayos yung oras mo. And then maganda din tong strategy na to sa task 3. para mas organize yung thoughts mo. Kasi sa task 3, ang mga tanong, highly complex, more abstract, more social awareness issues are brought up. So, maging ugaliin natin, magkaroon tayo ng habit to read about world news, about global issues. Okay? Meron din kaming pinaprovide na handout sa PDF file na sinesend na. Pwede ko i-send later. Sige. Send ko yung PDF file na yon para masanay kayo sa kung ano yung mga posibleng tanong na lumabas. Okay? So, yan lang naman yung 7 points na gusto kong i-discuss. After our break, we will continue with pronunciation. This is a very fun session, so sana nakapag-energize kayo. Okay, so let's resume. So for this, I will be using a microphone. Okay, so for the pronunciation session, I will be needing to use a microphone so that you can hear me properly. So, as you know, 25% of your speaking score accounts for pronunciation. Okay? So, it is important for you to identify what are your weak areas and what are your strengths so that we can focus on improving the weak areas of your pronunciation. Why is it important to have clear pronunciation in the IELTS interview? It's highly important because you need to make sure that everything you say can be understood clearly and effectively. Okay, but first, let's define pronunciation. It is the way you say words in English, including how you produce sounds, stress syllables, and use intonation. So, intonation will be discussed on a deeper level later, and stress as well. It is not just what you say, but how clearly and naturally you say it. So, native speakers of the English language, they are the ones who usually score a 9 at the speaking test. If you sound like a native speaker, it means you produce all the 44 phonemes of English clearly and accurately. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, when you speak, you sound natural. Napaka-effortless pakinggan. Ang ganda pakinggan ng sinasabi mo. Easy to understand. For advanced students, band 7 to 8, may mga occasional mistakes, pero very minimal lang. Okay? There are certain words that are not enunciated properly or certain syllable sounds that are not articulated correctly. That's why you just get a band 7 to 8. Band 5 to 6 naman, occasional errors. Frequent errors on specific consonant sounds na-interchange. Yung P and F na-interchange. Yung long E versus short I na-interchange. Yung mga ganong slight errors which kind of affect the whole speech. That's why you just get a band 5 to 6. Kumbaga, understandable naman most of the time, but yung errors mo very frequent and noticeable. Okay? Para naman sa mga makakakuha ng band 2 to 4, na sana wala naman, okay, so pronunciation, it means that sobrang daming errors sa sinasabi mo that it affects the comprehension level. Hindi na maintindihan yung sinasabi mo sa sobrang daming errors. Kaya nakakuha ka ng 2, 3, or maybe 4. Okay? So pronunciation is about how you sound naturally and how clearly you are capable of enunciating sounds. So these are important tips. If you have good pronunciation, number one, you're easy to understand. Number two, you use correct word stress. May mga words kasi na they are spelled the same, they are pronounced similarly, but the difference in stress changes the function of the word in a sentence. Ano ba yung sinasabi mo yan na yan, ma'am? Kasi parang nakakalito naman. Like, the word progress. It's a noun. After 4 months of reviewing for IELTS, there is progress in your performance. Ang progress, ibig sabihin, nagkaroon ka ng improvement. Noun yun. Now, if you use the word progress as a verb, mababago yung stress natin doon. Hindi siya progress. Magiging progress. Nasa second syllable yung stress. Progress is also similar meaning, but it's used as a verb in a sentence. In order for you to progress to the next level, you have to make sure that you take these initial steps. Parang same sila, no? But they function differently in a sentence. And magkaiba din sila ng stress. Progress is a noun. Progress is a verb. Comment is a noun. To comment is a verb. Okay? What else? Report. Report. Diba? The report was written concisely. I need to report to you the incident that happened earlier. Okay? And number 3, you have natural rhythm and intonation. In short, hindi ka monotonous. Yan yung isa sa makakababa ng pronunciation score mo when you're monotonous. What is monotonous? Iisa lang yung tono. Mono means one, tonus means tone. Iisa lang yung tono mo all throughout. For example, tell me about your parents. My parents are Francisco and Melissa. They are farmers. We love traveling together. Yon, iisa lang yung tono, di ba? Ang dull pakinggan ng interview mo pag iisa lang yung tono mo. And it shows that you don't have much competency in speaking because you don't have variation in rhythm and intonation. That's what we're going to talk about today. So, let's proceed. This is the most frequently asked question. FAQ. Oy, wala akong sinasabi mo sa FAQ fact. What if I have a prominent local accent? And, di ba? Ma'am, paano yun? I really sound Filipino. Or yung iba naman, actually, we're very blessed that we're Filipinos because our alphabet is nearly the same as English alphabet. Kaya naman hindi tayo nahihirapan pagdating sa mga consonant sounds and vowel sounds because they are very similar, almost identical, right? If you go compare mo sa mga Chinese, Vietnamese, South Korean, or Japanese, Singaporean, ibang-iba yung sound nila, right? Na nahihirapan silang mag-adapt sa international English. Kasi the culture of their language affects their pronunciation and their speech delivery. Nakapunta na ba kayo ng Singapore? Pero kung hindi pa, naka-encounter na ba kayo ng Singaporean? Just eat this love. Di ba meron silang ganong certain tone? Yung may lasa dulo. So, okay lang ba kung meron akong local accent? What do you think? Is it okay or not okay? Why do you think it's not okay, Beth? Tama ba, Beth? Asya ba? Naka-face mask ka kasi, tapos nakatingin ka sa akin. It's not okay, Belle. Why is it not okay?
Sound like a local Americans.
Ah, okay. Yun yung idea ni Belle. Kailangan daw you have to sound like a Native American. Actually, tatanggalin ko na yung pressure sa dibdib nyo. No, you don't have to sound like Native Americans, okay? But if you want to, and you have the capability to do so in the given time, na hindi ka naman masyadong pressured pa, sige, tara, i-enhance natin yan. Pwede naman. Gusto niyo ba akong i-hire as your personal language coach? Pwede din. Okay? Yun kasi yung isa kong job. So, anyways, hindi naman kailangan. If you do have a Filipino accent and it's quite prominent, it's okay. The important thing is you have to be able to clearly pronounce English words na hindi maghihinder sa comprehension or sa pagkakaintindi sa'yo ni examiner. So, okay lang naman. Okay? Example, I love the Philippines. Nagkaiba lang naman sa V tsaka B. Love tsaka love. Di ba? So, naintindihan ka pa rin naman niya. It doesn't highly affect the comprehension. Okay? Pero, ito yung talagang affected na yung comprehension. In the Philippines, there are so many bitches. Oopsie! Wait lang. Ano yung ibig mo sabihin dito? Di ba ang tanong, what are the tourist attractions in the Philippines? Eh, ang sagot mo, in the Philippines, there are so many bitches. Matulala na lang talaga si examiner kasi what you were trying to say was, there are so many beautiful beaches. It's a long E vowel sound. So, i-clarify natin kasi baka mamaya ma-offend yung examiner or magulat siya, di ba? Or hindi mo mabigay yung gusto mong sabihin kasi nga nagkamali ka sa slight vowel sound na yun, okay? So, okay lang naman na may local accent ka. Just make sure that all the vowels, phoneme sounds are expressed naturally and clearly. Important reminder, even if your accent is not native, you can still get a high score if your speech is clear and understandable. Okay? Meron ako ipapapanood sa inyong video sana. Pero anong oras na ba ngayon? It's just a 5-minute video, but I think hindi ko na ipapanood kasi the problem is hindi sumasabay yung movement ng lips niya sa audio. I don't know why. Bluetooth, nakakonect naman yung Bluetooth, pero every time I play that video, it just doesn't sync. Hindi nagsisync yung sound sa video. So, ako na to. Ako na lang gagawa, okay? So, we have 44 phonemes in the English language. We have 24 consonants and 20 vowels, including diphthongs and R-controlled vowels. Ma'am, nakakalito. Ano ba yung mga pinagsasabi mo? Ito na nga. Iisa-isahin na natin sila. So we have, let's begin with the B sound. B. So repeat after me. B. O, di ba? Kala mo talaga, kinder. Balik sa kinder na, okay? I just wanna make sure na hindi V ang magkaka-pronounce nyo. Sige. B, ball. Sabay-sabay sana, right? I wanna hear everyone. Ball.
Ball.
Ribbon. May narinig ako sabi ribbon. Yun yung local accent. Understandable ba siya? Yes! Naintindihan ko naman na ribbon yung gusto mong sabihin. Pero kung gusto mong maganda pakinggan, it's ribbon. Social. Okay, next. D. Dog. Duh! Okay, pwede rin naman. Okay, added. Next is pa. So your teeth must touch your lower lip. Pa. Fan. Hindi ko narinig yung voice. Sabay-sabay. Cliff. Phone. Laugh. So mapapansin nyo, yung first word nasa umpisa yung f, yung second word nasa dulo, yung third word combination of P and H. When you combine P and H together, it's an F sound, okay? In certain occasions, kapag yung name ng tao ay Stephen, in some places, Stephen ang pagka-pronounce. Sa iba naman, Steven kahit PH siya. It depends on which country you're using it, okay? Tsaka yung GH, tough, laugh, hindi thought, laugh, tough, yan, cough, GH, it sounds like an F, all right? Next we have G, grapes, egg, ghost. Huwag yung ipopronounce kasi silent H yun hindi ghost. It's ghost. Okay, next you have hat. Ang naririnig ko hat. It's hat. Open your mouth a little bit more. Hat. Okay, ayun. Next we have who. Okay, J or J. Jellyfish. Cage. Giraffe. Edge. Next, K. Everybody, K. Kite. Cat. Christmas. Okay, next we have L. Nahihirapan yung mga South Korean at saka mga Japanese sa L kasi wala silang L and R sa alphabet nila. Nagiging R, nagiging ganun yung L nila. Tapos yung R nila nagiging L. Nai-interchange nila yon. So we are very blessed that in the Philippines, kung wala kang palate problem or yung tongue tie, di ba may mga ganung tao na pinanganak na pakat? Dapat dun, inooperahan baby pa lang Kaso yung ibang parents parang naawa sa baby. So, anyways, you can pronounce this correctly, right? Leaf. Spell. I need to hear the boys too, okay? Monkey. Summer. Climb. May mga silent letters like yung B sa climb, hindi na siya climb. Hindi ganun, okay? Climb. Alright, next. Kagaya nung L sa salmon. Hindi naman siya salmon. Okay, it's salmon. Salmon. Silent L na siya, okay? Next we have N, nest. Nest. Funny. Knee. Silent K, diba? Knock out. Knee. Doorknob. Okay, next. Ring. Sink. Tongue. Okay, ito. Madalas na i-interchange yung P tsaka S, kaya be careful. P. Yung letter P, hindi nagtatouch yung upper teeth nyo sa lower lip nyo. So, it's just P. Just your lips are moving, okay? Peak. Ripple. Okay, R. Run. Charot. Ay, carrot pala yun. Okay, carrot. Carrot. In Filipino English, we say carrot. But in English, in American accent, we say carrot. Right. Sun. Mess. Voice. Sign. Okay, minsan, kahit S yung spelling, pero may mga instances na Z ang pagkaka-pronounce. For example, the word treasure. S yung spelling nun, diba? T-R-E-A-S-U-R-E. Pero, ang pagkaka-pronounce doon ay treasure. Okay? So, pag S lang talaga. Like, sun, mess, yan, ganyan. Okay. Ship.
Nashaweran mo na ng laway mo yung nasa harapan. Mission. Potion. At saka yung mga TION. Potion, lotion, education, di ba? Okay. Top, matter, ripped. Ayan. Words na nasa past tense that end in letter P, ripped. Nagiging T na siya, hindi siya ripped. Okay? Bakit? Kasi mas madaling sabihin yung ripped. Diba? Okay. Next, we have B. B. Similar siya sa F sound, pero you have to make a vibration on your throat. So, V. Vet. Live. Pwede rin live. Okay? I live in. Kabalatuan. I live in pala. Check ko lang kung mabuhay pa yung mga brain cells natin. Buhay pa naman. Okay. Next, we have ya. Ya. Yellow. Onion. Okay, hindi siya onion, ha? Uy, napapanood niyo ba yung TikTok trend na may mga iba't ibang vegetables? And then, hindi pumapasok yung word na onion eh. Kasi binago-bago na nung tao yung pag-pronounce. Onion. 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 Ayaw talaga. But the correct pronunciation is onion. Okay, next we have z, zoo, buzz, was, tease. Okay. This ZH is, eto siya, j. Hindi lahat kaya, pero try nyo lang. J. Measure, vision. Eto, madalas na nagkakamali ang mga Filipino sa TH na voiced tsaka unvoiced. Sa TH na unvoiced, make sure that your tongue is between your upper and lower teeth. Hindi siya t, okay? How old is your son? He's 3. Hindi ganon, okay? He's 3 years old. Can you try it? 3. Bin. Bath. Ayun. So far naman, wala akong naririnig na nag-T sound. Okay. Yung voice naman, may mararamdaman kayong vibration sa throat. So, the. Kaya siya unvoiced tsaka voice kasi yung unvoiced, wala siyang vibration sa throat. So, ganun lang siya. Okay? So, eto, mother, hindi mother, okay? Hindi din father. It's mother, bumubulong na lang talaga yung iba dito. Father, brother, sister. Sumabay naman din talaga sila. Okay. This, that, weather. Okay. Next we have the ch sound, chat, latch. Okay. We're done with the 24 consonant phonemes. All clear? No questions, right? Move on naman tayo sa vowel phonemes. So we have short vowels. A, cat. Okay, follow me. Repeat after me. A, cat. E, bed. E, sit. Hindi siya E. It's E. E. Sit. A, top. A, bro. U, book. Short lang yan, okay? Dito naman tayo sa long vowels. A. A. Mga Gen Z, no? Hindi nakaka-relate yung dito. Hindi sila Gen Z. So, pare-pares lang tayo. Don't worry. Hindi tayo Gen Z dito. Kayo ba? Ito si Charles, Gen Alpha yata eh. Tama ba? Are you Gen Alpha? Parang Gen Alpha ka. Check na lang natin kay Google. Ilang taong ka na, Mark? 23. Gen Z to. Ay, hindi to Gen Z. Okay lang. Mga hindi ka Gen Z, dito tayo. Ito feeling ko si Sunshine Gen Z eh. How old are you? 28. Oh, are you Gen Z or millennial?
Oldest Gen Z. Parang nasa transition.
You're the oldest Gen Z? Ang bakit naman pakinggan ng oldest?
Transition of
Okay. So, where do you identify yourself more? Sa Gen Z personality or sa millennial?
Parang sa, sa personality dyan. Relate ako.
Sa personality Gen Z.
Pero
Sorry naman Kasi millennial yung personality namin eh. Charot. Si Laika, I think Gen Z ka, tama? Yeah, Gen Z. At saka nakikita ko, friends kami ni Laika sa Facebook, so I kind of see some of your posts, very Gen Z coded, right? Ako naman, sa totoo lang, although I'm millennial, I still like to adapt certain Gen Z trends, but not everything. So I'm really half-hearted between millennial and Gen Z. I want to believe that I'm Gen Z though. Kasi ang last mga bata, no? So anyway, long A vowel sound, paid, A. So it has to form like a smile, A. And then E, long E, E. That's why the photographer asks you to say cheese, because the long E vowel sound actually makes you smile. All right? And then we have the long I vowel sound, pie. Long O, we have toe. And long U, moon. Hindi siya moon, okay? Moon. I will give you the stars and the moon. Charot, walang ganon. Pag may nagsabi sa inyo na halatang manlulo. Hindi naman. Okay. Diphthongs are a vowel and a consonant combination, okay? So we have ow, cow. Oi, boy. Air, hair. Ear, deer. Or, fork. Her. Our, car. And the schwa sound, yung very low, taken. Hindi siya taken. Okay? It's taken. Taken. Napaka-subtle ng schwa sound, okay? Almost unnoticeable. But in certain words, you have to do this, you have to be able to pronounce the schwa sound properly kasi it sounds more natural. Okay? I'm already taken. O, di ba? Kasi I'm already taken. Di ba? Parang pangit pakinggan pag taken. Ganun. Okay. Common pronunciation mistakes. Ayan, dito tayo. Maganda to. Jollibee or Jollibee? Okay. Jollibee or Jollibee? Kasi inaasan ako ng mga pinsan ko nung umuwi ako ng Pilipinas. Ang arte mo naman ng pronounce ang Jollibee. Kasi sabi ko, are we going to Jollibee? Gumanon ako. Sabi niya, ang arte naman ito. Di ba dapat Jollibee lang? Ending, ako pala yung tama. Kasi ang tamang pronunciation talaga is Jollibee because the word jolly means happy. And bee is a bee, right? So, Jollibee, masayang bubuyog. Okay, so, kayo naman muna. Hindi muna ako mangingialam. Kayo muna to. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Yung katabi lang. Top, tap. Ganun lang. Huwag niyo nang basahin yung verses, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Ba't parang magkatunog, guys? Top, tap. So, ganun, okay? Next. 3, 2, 1, go. O, di ba? After ng session na to, gutom kayo lahat. Sure ako. Okay, okay. Sabay-sabay tayo. Top tap. Hot cat. Rot rat. Lock lat. So, talagang pag A, yeah, kailangan talaga. Tingnan niyo si Belle. Ang perfect ng pagkakagawa niya. Parang palit tayo ng pwesto, girl. Dapat ikaw dito. Okay, yon. Yung placement talaga yung formation ng mouth, very important talaga on how you will articulate the sounds, okay? Okay. Remember, short I is in. Hindi ka masyadong nag-emphasize ng smile. So it's just in. Yung long E ay E. E. Okay? So, practicein muna natin yung short I lahat. Sit. Ship. Rich. Ay, sorry. Guys, sorry. Wait, malabo yung mata ko talaga. I lost my glasses a few weeks ago. Itch. Fit. Bit. Fill. Slip. Okay, doon naman tayo sa long E. Seat. Sheep. Each. Beat. Beat. Sino may hawak ng beat? Okay, feel. Sleep. Okay, dito naman tayo sa difficult part. Yung magkatapat na. Sit, seat. Oh, bakit magkatunog? Okay, focus. You have to focus, okay? Sit, seat. Ayun. Parang may binabasitan lang ah. Okay, next we have ship. Sheep. Ayun. Okay. Itch, each. Fit, feet. Bit, beat. Hindi naman beat. Sobrang okay ng beat. Ganun lang, beat. Ayun. Okay. Fill, feel. Slip, sleep. Okay. Now we have short E versus long A. So si short E, ganito lang siya. Eh. So si long A naman, mas may effort siya. So A. Isipin niya lang yung Gen Z na A, okay? So, mapapronounce niyo siya ng maayos. Met, pet, led, ben, tent, fed, beck, wedge. Very relaxed lang yung mouth niyo sa short E. Pero sa long A, nakaka-stress siya. So, mate, hate, laid, main, heat, fade, bake, wage. Okay, ngayon, I need you to give yourself some time. Basahin nyo silently at internalize nyo. Tapos, after 1 minute, sabay-sabay tayo. Hindi ko pala kayo nasabihan to bring water. Hindi pala kayo sa weather madi-dehydrate, no? Sa exercises pala. Okay, let's do it together. Met mate. Pet mate. Uy, magaling to si Mark, ah. In fairness. Narinig niyo ba siya? Kasi ako narinig ko siya, eh. Lead laid. Men main. Tent taint. Fed fade. Beck bake. Wedge wage. Okay, clear. Okay, dito naman tayo sa voiceless TH at saka sa voice TH. So we have bath, breathe, breath, teeth, cloth. Sa voice naman, bathe, ayun, nakuha mo sunshine. Breathe, teeth, clothe. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo, noun yung first set, and then verbs yung second set. Okay? Magkaiba sila ng spelling. Okay, let's try them together. Bath, bathe. Breath, breathe. Teeth. Cloth, clothe. Okay. S versus A. Ice, race, loose, peace, bus. Okay, Z sound, eyes. Eyes is a Garrett, Chinese. Eyes, raise, lose, peas, buzz. Okay, kayo naman. Kasi napapagod na ako. Okay, kayo naman. Yung magka-partner, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Ito bumubulong. Ito hindi sila nagsasalita. Kaya ito lang yung naririnig ko. Pero okay, yeah. Got it. There's more, apparently. Price, lice, place, assesses, advice. So yung advice na may C tsaka advice na may S, magkaiba yun. Yung advice with a C is a noun. What advice can you give me? Thank you for advising me about the new protocol. Okay? Advise with an S, but the Z sound, it's a verb. Thank you for advising me about the new protocol. Okay? So, together. Prize, lies, plays, possess. Nasa middle yung sound na Z, possess. Advise. Okay, let's read them together. Price, prize. Lies, lies. Place, plays. Assesses, possesses. Possess lang pala. Napopossess na ako. Next, advice, advise. Okay, so in the initial position, initial meaning, nasa umpisa ng word, S sound. Sun, sit, zebra, pwede rin naman zebra. It depends on the country, okay? Sa mid position naman, sister, basic, muscle. Pag nasa middle position si S, pinopronounce siya as they sa words na easy, music, cousin, lazy. Sa final position, cats, bus, mats. And sa final position naman na S yung pagkakaspell, dogs, trees, boys, girls. Okay? Di pa ba ito matatapos? Papagod na ako talaga. Ako gumawa nitong presentation na to. Hindi, originally, mas maraming words dun sa original presentation. Minimize ko na tong slideshow na to, ha? Okay, let's go. Yung magkakapartner na lang. P and S. Remember, the P sound is P, lips only. P. And the F sound is P. Kailangan yung teeth nyo, it touches your lower lip. Your upper teeth touching your lower lip. So, fast, cast. Put, put. Pork, pork. Face, piece. Fan, pan. Ang arte na talaga nila mag-pronounce. Okay, next. Fee, pee. Feel, peel. Feet, feet. Ang dumi naman ng feet mo. So, it should be feet. Alright? Fig, pig. Fine, pine. I'm fine, thank you. Mga Filipino accent. Diba? Full, pool. Fought, port. At iba naman yung word. Okay. Found, pound. Fail, peel. Fair, pair. Okay. Okay na yan. Dito na tayo sa B versus V. Kaya, selective lang yung mga pinili kong consonant sounds, guys. Although, meron tayong 44 phonemes. Kasi, ito lang yung mga common mistakes among Filipino test takers. Okay? Totoo naman, di ba? Maraming Filipino na interchange yung B tsaka V. Okay? So, let's practice. Bam, van. I sound very nasally. May sisipag kasi ako eh. So, bat, bat. Best, best. Si best friend naman. Okay, so, sorry. Best friend, okay? Vet, vet. Yung vet, yun yung crush mo. Yung vet, yun yung doktor. Okay? Ba't mali? Guys, tumawa kayo! Okay. The bet, yung bet in English, yun yung, you gamble, right? You're betting something. Okay. Boat, vote. Bowl, bowl. Very, very. Gusto mo marinig yung B. Bail, veil. Vicar, vicar. Vow, vow. Ayan. Kayo naman to. Okay? Sino gusto? Isa-isa. Sakto, 6 kayo. Ay, 7 pala. May mga iba pang exercise. So, simula kay number 1, Beth. Beth, tama ba? Beth. Number 2, Belle. 3, Laika. 4, Sunshine. 5, Mark. 6, Charles. Ikaw yung susunod ulit. 1 ka. Kaya mo yan. Okay, let's start. Number 1.
Ben bought a big bag. There are places big for everything. A very beautiful bed. The vet made a bed on the horse race.
Teka lang, parang may galit si Sunshine. Parang galit ata siya. Hindi naman. Okay, next. Vibrated very badly. Okay. So, sa number 1, bought. Hindi siya bought. Okay? So, Ben bought a big blue bag. Ang key dito, pabilisan. Basahin yung sentences. Okay? So, ayaw mo talaga? Medyo lumusot siya kasi hanggang 6 lang. Okay, sige. Okay.
Okay, please pass the approval.
Ayun.
Polish paper for next papers.
Okay.
Paul can have the food. Fresh fried fish is perfectly prepared.
Uy, hindi na siya galit. Okay. Next.
Art is not a word. Frank's plan was filled with problems.
Ayan, thank you so much. Huwag ka mag-alala, Mark, kasi may mga tongue twister dito na solo mo. Okay? Ito, up to 5 lang. Sige, number 1 ulit.
Saw the place, saw the.
Please, right? Again, please.
We saw the place and we saw the place.
Ayan.
My cousin listens to music. It's
Nag-a-add ka ng words, girl. Ulitin mo. Nakakatakot si Belle. May nakikita siya na hindi natin nakikita. Ano ba may nakikita mo dito na hindi na? May nagpapakita daw kasi dito. Uy! Okay, next.
this sticks in sausage.
She sees 6 slim sausages. Okay? Sees tsaka sausages. Okay. Number 4.
Susan is a fun music teacher and loves children.
Susan.
Susan.
Susan is a fun music teacher.
Si Maring Susan.
Si Susan naman, pahirap. Okay, and loves children. Okay, Z. So, Susan, music, tsaka loves. Okay? Number 5.
These stories are
Okay, these days, his stories are amusing. Lahat ng S dito, Z, ang sound. Bukod sa his. Okay? These days, his stories are amusing. Okay? So, na back to you. Oh, inantay mo yung moment na yan. Alam mo. Okay. Simula naman tayo kay Charles and then pabalik.
thankfully these things is the best day that they can throw.
Okay? Ikaw.
Those 3 boys will be there. Will be read this Thursday.
Nagkanda hawa-hawa na lang nakikita. Okay. Next. Ikaw, Sunshine.
So my brother said the weather is warmer in the south than in the north.
Mhm.
We left the meat shop and plus both their theater schedules.
Okay, both theater. Kahit sino sa inyo, basta matapos lang.
Theophilus Diesel, the successful diesel sifter, successfully sifted some diesels.
Fizzles. Okay. Ito na yung para kay Mark. Ito talaga yung para... Oh, game. Babasahin mo yan lahat. Kailangan, pag tongue twister, guys, kailangan mabilis, ha? Very butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put in the batter, it will make the batter bitter. But bitter butter will make my batter better, so it was very butter, bitter. Kailangan ganon. Pero kailangan perfect. Okay? 3, 2, 1, go.
Betty butter put some butter, but she said the butter is bitter. If I put in my butter, it will make my butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make my butter better. So it was better. Betty butter put a bit of better butter.
Ayun, okay naman. Pero again, the goal of the tongue twister is to make your tongue twist. So you have to read it as fast as possible. Sino yung gustong kalabanin yung performance ni Mark? Parang kaya ni Beth talaga to. Pero yung energy, parang kaya ni Sunshine. Okay, Sunshine, go. Okay, go.
Betty butter bought some butter, but she said the butter is sweeter. So if I put in the butter, it will make the butter bitter. But a bit of better butter will make the butter better. So it was better. Betty butter bought a bit of better butter.
Oh, parang kailangan na, parang nakaka-challenge naman to si Sunshine. Amazing. Okay. May isa pa. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would as much as he could and chuck as much as wood. As a woodchuck would chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Chucky! O, diba? O, try nyo. Sige, practicein nyo lahat and then tingnan natin sino yung mabubulot ko. Pinaglaruan eh. Sige, I'm giving you a minute. Nag-rap na lang talaga eh, no?
Ano ba?
Okay, tatawag ako ng mga hindi pa, yung mga nananahimik dyan. Yan yung tatawagin ko. Honestly, who wants to volunteer? Feeling ko si Belle kaya to. Okay, go Belle! Go Belle! In 3, 2, 1, go!
He would chop wood as much as he could and chop as much wood. As a woodchuck would if a woodchuck would chop wood.
Perfect! Naka-braces pa yan. So, natatawa ako kay Belle kasi sabi ko, okay, go si Belle na. Pero sabi niya, parang ayoko. Tapos biglang sabi ko, 3, 2, 1. Give naman din talaga si Belle. Okay. Anyways, you guys, that was fun. Pero tatapusin ko na yung paghihirap nyo. Ito na tayo ulit. Back to discussion. Ayan. So we're going to talk about one of the important things that you should consider during your interview, and one of them is intonation. Intonation pertains to the rise and fall of your tone, your voice, when you speak. Again, isa sa pinaka-importante, iwasan natin maging monotonous or sound the same the whole time. Because you would sound boring, dull, kahit ang ganda ng sagot mo, pero kung monotonous ka, ayokong pakinggan. At I'm sure, pati yung examiner ayaw din pakinggan. Okay? Imagine niyo, yung examiner, trabaho nilang i-assess ang maraming test takers. But ano ba yung kaya mong i-offer to make your answer more enthusiastic, more worthy of listening to? Okay? So you need to captivate their attention, okay? So we have different kinds of intonations depending on the sentence. Teka lang. Humaharang kasi talaga to. Ano ko ba tatanggalin? You can read it, right? Okay, so we have the falling intonation. Ito yung ang dami niyang matatamis sa salita, tapos naka-fall ka na pala. Hindi pala yun! Intonation pala. Okay, falling intonation is pababa. Okay, your voice goes down at the end of the sentence. So when you're giving statements or declarative sentences, I finished my homework. O, di ba, pababa? I finished my homework. Hindi yung mga Vietnamese, laging pataas yung intonation ng mga yan eh. I finished my homework! Ganon. Pero, syempre, yung normal naman, I finished my homework. WH questions. Where are you going? What are you doing? Hindi naman siya doing. Hindi naman siya gano'n, di ba? What are you doing? Pababa, okay? How are you? WH pala, hindi pala kasama H. So, commands, close the door. Di ba? Close the door. lock the door when you leave. Alam niyo pa ba sa yun? Yung kay Sarah tsaka kay John Lloyd. Okay, and next we have number 2, the rising intonation. Your voice goes up at the end. So these are for questions answerable by yes or no only. Do you like coffee? Do you want to go with me at the party? Di ba mataas siya? Do you have a crush on me? Or ano ba yung mga answerable by yes or no? Do you like traveling? Ayan. Alam niyo bang bait yung tanong na yan? Kasi parang sasagot ka lang ng yes, I like traveling. Pero ang gusto talaga ng examiner, give the reason why you like it and give your own example or experience in traveling. So when you're uncertain or you're surprised, you can also use the rising intonation. Are you sure? Really? That's amazing! Rising intonation. Pag mataas yung emotions mo. Pag galit ka, ayan yung mga nanay nyo, palagi naka-rising intonation yan. Di ba? Kasi, sino yung mga mommies na dito? Nakaka-relate ba kayo? Di ba? Or yung mga may asawa na, nakakainit talaga ng ulo, di ba? Mas sabi ko, wag ganito, wag ganyan. So, rising intonation ng mga mommies at saka mga wifeys dito. And then we have the circumflex or fall rise intonation. Ito yung medyo nabaliw-baliw na siya, kaya pataas pa ba? Hindi ganun. Okay, your voice goes up and down then up pala. So when you're uncertain or you have partial agreement, so for example, have you seen Ben today? I think so. But di ka sure. Kasi mag-isip ka, I think so, diba? Maybe. Pababa. Maybe. Ganun, okay? Polite or careful responses, or when you're enumerating things or events. For example, I heard you went to the grocery store today. What did you buy? So, ito yung fall and rise intonation. I got a tray of eggs, some milk, powder, flour. I also got some vegetables. Diba? Pababa taas siya. Kasi you're enumerating something. Okay? So, why intonation matters in IELTS? Number 1, it helps you sound natural and fluent. Shows emotion and attitude. Improves your pronunciation score. Okay? Being monotonous makes you get a low score, but showing variation in your intonation makes you get a higher score. Kaya naman, know what you're saying and understand when and where you should be adding the different kinds of intonations. Okay? Now let's talk about pitch. Okay. Patapos na tayo sa lecture. Nakapag-decide na ba kayo kung sino gusto magpa-coaching? Parang mga ayaw Okay. Magkaiba naman ang intonation tsaka pitch. So when we say pitch, it is how high or low your voice sounds when you speak. Okay? May mga tao kasing high pitch. Yun yung matinis yung boses. Meron din naman mga taong very well modulated yung voice. So saang category nyo mailalagay yung boses ko right now? Is it pitchy or well modulated? What do you think? That's not the answer that I wanted though. Pero alam ko naman that I do have a naturally pitchy voice because this is the way I talk. But I also make sure na situational siya. Kasi it can get more pitchier. More pitchier! What I mean is, pwede pa siyang mas matinis, depende sa, like, for example, sa situation. Pero I'm trying my best to modulate it. Kasi, pag, when your voice is not well modulated, masakit siya sa tenga, right? So yun, be careful not to be so high in pitch. Okay, so we have high pitch. Yung kapag excited ka, or you're angry, surprised, that's amazing! Really? Yan. And then we have low pitch or deeper voice. Kapag seryoso, or serious or calm, this is important. Don't worry. Yan, okay. Nakakakalma pakinggan yung mga low pitch yung boses, ano? Pero kapag high pitch yung kasama mo, talagang may hysterical ka eh. And then we also have the neutral pitch. Ito yung recommended sana sa IELTS. Meron kang neutral pitch. Pero if you're describing something fun, okay lang naman na taasan mo yung pitch mo. We went to that island and it was amazing. Ganon. Para naman mag-add ka ng animation sa kwento mo. Hindi naman pwedeng lagi na lang neutral or low pitch. Lalo naman huwag naman low pitch all the time. Baka makatulog na lang talaga si examiner, ano? So this is useful in everyday conversation or giving information. Why pitch matters in IELTS? It makes you sound more natural and expressive, helps avoid sounding flat or robotic. Yan, ayaw natin talaga to sound robotic. And improves your pronunciation band score. Don't speak in a flat voice. Change your pitch slightly to sound more natural and engaging. Okay? Lastly, we're going to talk about phrasing. Okay, this is really important. Phrasing is the way you group words together into meaningful chunks. Okay? So, ang ayaw natin gawin is to speak word by word. I went to the store yesterday. It sounds robotic. Or for example, when you answer the examiner's question, my name is Shannon Estino. My name is Shannon Estino. Di ba mas maganda pag may phrasing? Oh, so pakinggan natin yung pangalawa. I went to the store yesterday. I went to the store yesterday. You want to emphasize the fact that you went to the store yesterday, right? That's why you have to apply natural phrasing. Let's take a look at this. Basahin nyo muna ng kayo lang. Read it silently, and then gawan nyo ng sarili nyong phrases. And then basahin natin together. Okay. Let's read it together. In my opinion, ang mga comma nakaka-help siya sa phrasing Pero minsan pag walang comma, malilito kayo. In my opinion, learning English is very important because it helps people communicate with others around the world. For example, many students use English to study abroad or find better job opportunities. Although it can be challenging at first, regular practice can make a big difference. That's why I try to improve my English every day. Does it sound natural? Tama ba lahat ng nilagay kong phrase pauses? Try nyo naman. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Very important. Because it helps people communicate with others around the world. For example, and students use English to study abroad or find better job opportunities. Although it can challenging at first, regular practice can make a big difference. That's why I try to improve my English every day.
Yung iba sa inyo, hindi pa natural pakinggan yung phrasing nyo. But if you continually practice it, you're gonna get it, okay? So phrasing is important in IELTS because it makes your speech clear and easy to understand. Kasi pag binasa ko to ng, in my opinion, learning English is very important because it helps people communicate. Di ba hindi siya maganda pakinggan? Even when you're speaking naturally in a conversation, you have to apply pauses. Kasi hindi naman, you have to consider the fact that pinaprocess pa ng kausap mo yung sinasabi mo. Kaya hindi pwedeng tuloy-tuloy lagi. I have to pause and stop whenever I need to. And I need to emphasize certain words. And in order for me to do that, I need to apply proper phrasing. Again, I'm gonna go right now, right? Yeah. Okay, so basically that's it for today. But naman may palakpakan ba? Anyways, I hope you guys had fun and learned something today. If you do have any questions, you may ask me questions. Thank you also for the Zoom participants who stayed. Ang daming nag-participate kanina pero iilan lang yung nagstay. Ganun talaga. Mahilig talaga mang-iwan yung mga tao. No? Just kidding. Anyway, thank you so much and I'll see you face to face if ever you attend the live sessions here in the classroom. Bye!